Okay, guys. Most engineering students are confused about the difference between machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning. The textbooks give you complex definitions for each. For example, machine learning could be defined in many textbooks as a process of learning, self-learning or guided learning by a system through a trial and error method to perform a task perfectly. The textbooks may define the artificial intelligence as a machine which tries to emulate or simulate the human brain in terms of its functioning, or it functions like the human brain. Deep learning may be defined in many textbooks as a process of self-learning by the system, which is not limited by any boundary, or in other words, the learning goes really deep. And it's a process of self-learning by the system without any control or guidance by a programmer. Now, all said and done, let me give you the simplest possible comparison between these three most advanced areas in computing. Let's take the classic context of an affair in a campus. Let's say you assign the task of proposing to the girl, to your robot. Let's say, being an IT specialist, you have a robot and you would like to propose by making use of the robot. If the robot is at the machine learning stage, what it will do is, it will, through a trial and error process, learn how to propose properly. See, most of us do not know how to propose properly. That's one big problem we face. We do not know how to express our desire for a lifelong partnership. And of course, the machine wouldn't know even as much as us. So if the robot is in machine learning stage, what it will do is, it will try once making a statement like the classic statement of I love you or whatever. If it doesn't work, it will try some other strategy. Maybe it will suggest a lifelong relationship. So this is a trial and error process. So the machine actually learns how to propose through a trial and error process. After a good number of attempts, it may perfect itself how to make a proposal, even better than its human master. So this is your machine learning. Coming to artificial intelligence, is not a simple trial and error process, just like machine learning. It's a process where the robot thinks just like its master, and right at the first attempt tries out a strategy which is likely to work. Please note, unlike the machine learning robot, the robot with artificial intelligence wouldn't try strategies one after the other and finally find out a working strategy. It would actually think. It would apply its sense and sensibility. It would try to understand the background of the person to whom you are proposing and make a reasonably good first move. In machine learning, please note, the first move could be absolutely absurd because it's a trial and error process of learning. Whereas when it comes to artificial intelligence, it's more calculated, more sensible approach right in the first attempt. just like a human brain functioning. Now, if your robot is at the deep learning stage, things are entirely different. What the robot will do is, it will study comprehensively the background of the person to whom we are proposing. It will also pick up from all available materials. Maybe it can scan movies, it can scan literature to find out the most intelligent way of proposing. In other words, it can easily outdo the master in the first attempt itself, because it has studied all available literature. It has studied all, it has watched and carefully understood and analyzed various romantic movies. It has also carefully studied the background of the person to whom we are proposing. And it would make a very wise first move, even better than what its master would have done. So to consolidate, the difference between machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning is rather simple. Machine learning is a simple trial and error process where the initial attempts are likely to be far from perfect. When it comes to artificial intelligence, it's a well thought out, well studied first attempt, just like a human attempt. So it would stand a better chance of success. It would be more probable to succeed. When it comes to deep learning, it goes far beyond the human calculations. The deep learning system would study in depth the background of the person. It would study in depth all available material on making a proposal. It would watch movies and learn lessons from them on how to propose. And then it would have a strategy which is very carefully studied and well planned, so much so that it might succeed in the first attempt itself. It's more likely to succeed in the first attempt itself, because its first attempt is superior to a human first attempt. I hope the difference is crystal clear to you. So this exactly is the difference between machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning. Thank you very much.